What's up, friends? You want to know why this can of candy that used to be filled to the brim with gummies is empty? Because I kept this can in the car and I would eat the gummies at every red light. And now they are all gone. I'm proud of myself for taking this out of the car so that I break the bad habit of eating gummy bears at every red light. In my leadership mastermind classes, my students have been practicing the executive leadership skill of goal setting and habit building. In this video, I want to share a few of my favorite hacks when you are trying to build a good habit and break a bad one. Several of these are inspired by James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. He has 4 laws to build a good habit that I think are very helpful. The first law is to make it obvious. The second law is to make it attractive. The third law is to make it easy. And the fourth law is to make it satisfying. One of my favorite ways to make a good habit obvious is called habit stacking. And the way this works is by deciding to do your new habit after you have done a habit that you already have put into place. So for example, after I push the start button on my coffee machine in the morning, I will do 20 push-ups on my yoga mat. Or after I brush my teeth, I will write in my journal for 20 minutes. The idea is that you use a habit that is already established and you stack your new habit on top of that or after it. Another one of my favorite ways to make a good habit obvious is by optimizing your environment. And that's what I did when I took this gummy candy container out of my car. By taking it out of my car, I'm optimizing the environment in my car so that it stopped me from eating gummy bears at every red light. Now, this could be considered breaking a bad habit. It's also creating a new good habit. Another personal example of optimizing my environment is by replacing my Diet Cokes in the afternoon with sparkling water. By putting sparkling water in the fridge next to the Diet Cokes, I at least give myself the option of foregoing the caffeine in Diet Coke that I don't need to satisfy my craving for something fizzy in the afternoon. And not always, but I will say 8 out of 10 times, I will choose the sparkling water. How can you as students optimize your environment? A student of mine has optimized his sleeping environment by putting his phone in another room so that he's not tempted to mindlessly scroll while he's supposed to be trying to go to sleep. Another student of mine that I mentor, she has decided to put her iPhone on colorblind mode, and that turns all the icons black and white to make it less tempting for her to click on the icons when she is trying to get her homework done. What can you do to help yourself reach the goals that you have set for yourself this semester? How else can you create a new good habit? You can make it attractive. And one way you can make a new habit attractive is by pairing it with something that you already have to do. For example, I am trying to create the habit of taking a walk around my neighborhood more consistently. And something that I already have to do is return phone calls. So I could pair those two habits. I could return that phone call while I am taking a walk around the neighborhood. One of the students I mentor set a spiritual goal for herself this semester by wanting to do a daily devotional. And I asked her, when can you do that devotional while you're doing something you already need to do? And she said she could use the audio feature on the Bible app to listen to a devotional while she's getting ready for school in the morning instead of listening to music, which is what she usually listens to while she's getting ready for school. So similar to habit stacking, you take something you're already doing and you use that to get yourself to do something else that you want to do. Another great way to make a new habit attractive is by joining a culture, a community, an environment where your desired habit is actually the normal behavior in that environment. For example, For students who want to grow in their faith this year, they want a deeper relationship with God, a deeper understanding of their faith. One of the best ways that you can form that habit and reach that goal is to join a youth group or commit to going to church consistently. Because in a youth group and at church, you find that it's actually normal to pray. It's normal to read the Bible. It's normal to talk about faith and to share about personal walks with the Lord. So that's an example of how to be in an environment that normalizes the new habit that you want to build. The next way you can create a good new habit is to make it easy. This one is so important, and this is why James Clear's title of his book is Atomic Habits, because atomic means small. It means easy. It means quick. It's tiny. He calls them 1% actions that over time compound and will multiply into progress. So to make an action easy, you can pick an action that can be done in less than 2 minutes. This is the 2-minute rule. For example, if your goal is to deepen your relationship with God, ask yourself, what habit can I build that can be done in less than 2 minutes that, if done consistently over time, will lead to a deeper relationship with God? You could say a prayer in less than 2 minutes. You could read 5 verses in your Bible in less than 2 minutes. You could write 1 verse in your journal in less than 2 minutes. If you make it easy, you make it impossible to make an excuse to not do it. And you make failure almost impossible. And that makes it super easy. For me, I'm trying to get into better shape. I'm trying to overcome physical laziness. So what can I do in 2 minutes or less? I could get on my yoga mat and do 20 push-ups. I could do 20 sit-ups. I could do 20 squats. Those are all easy and quick actions that are in the direction of my goals, good habits that I can build to make it easy. Okay, it's not possible to complete every habit in under 2 minutes, but what you want to think about is the entry point to that habit, which can be done in under 2 minutes. For example, it's not possible to take a walk around the neighborhood in less than 2 minutes, but what can be done in under 2 minutes to get yourself to take that walk is to put your tennis shoes on, put your walking shoes on. That takes under 2 minutes. It's not possible to complete a homework assignment in less than 2 minutes, but you can build the habit of closing all your tabs and moving to the kitchen instead of staying in your bedroom. You can do that and set yourself up for success in under 2 minutes. It's not possible to practice your instrument in less than 2 minutes. But what you can do in under 2 minutes is set up your music, your instrument, and sit down. That can be done in under 2 minutes. And that is the habit, not practicing the instrument, but setting up the music, setting up your instrument, and sitting down. That's the entry point that will set you up to go through the practice, to go through with the run or the walk around the neighborhood, to go through with the homework assignment that you need to complete. Another favorite strategy of mine to make building a new habit easy is to reduce friction. That means to reduce the number of steps between you and doing the habit. So for me, that means leaving my yoga mat out in my office so that when I want to get down on the mat and do my sit-ups and push-ups and squats, it's already there. The yoga mat's already out. I don't need to take the extra step to go get it and roll it out. Another way that I make it easy for me to do these videos is to leave my ring light at my desk, all set up. All I need to do is turn it on. And I actually leave this microphone at my desk as well, so that when it's time to sit down and push record, I've reduced the number of steps that I need to get it done. I just turn everything on and it's all set up and it's ready to go. No excuses. Another favorite tip, trick, hack to make a new habit easy to build is to use automated tools to help you. My favorite one is my phone. My phone alarm is set to do my exercises, walk the dog, call parents back, check in with my students. Those are all good habits that I'm trying to build on a consistent basis so that they become more normal to remember to do. And I use my alarm to remind myself what to do throughout the day. When the phone alarm goes off, that's my trigger to execute what it is that I want to do. I've heard of people literally writing down on a post-it note what their goals are for the day, taking a picture of it and using that as the wallpaper on their cell phone. And that way, every time they look at their phone, they're reminded of their priorities for the day. The last way you can create a good habit is by making it satisfying. One of the best ways to do this is to find a friend who will hold you gently accountable and who will support you in your good habit. So my neighbor, every day, her girlfriend drives over and parks her car. She gets out, my neighbor gets out of her house, and they walk the neighborhood the exact same route every single day. That's one way my neighbor has found to make her walk, her exercise, her daily exercise satisfying. I've done this with friends. I bring a friend to meet up with me at a coffee shop so that we can get into the habit of sharing what is really going on in our lives. Self-care, right? And yes, I do love writing in my journal by myself, but I also benefit in different ways when I'm verbalizing what I'm learning, what I'm thinking about, what I'm praying about to a friend. And it makes self-reflection and self-care more satisfying. What are some things that you can do to make your habit building more satisfying? In closing, it might be obvious, but I think it's worth mentioning that if you're trying to break a bad habit, you simply do the opposite of what you would do to build a good habit. So if building a good habit means to make it obvious, make it easy, make it attractive, and make it satisfying, then breaking a bad habit means to make it invisible, to make it difficult, to make it unattractive, and to make it unsatisfying. I hope you guys find value in this video as you work toward building good habits that will support the goals that you have set for yourself this semester. If you want to connect with me, please send me email, brenda@weleadthis.com. And if you know somebody who would benefit from the tips and tricks and hacks to habits in this video, please share, please like, and please subscribe. I will see you in the next video.